Hello, good evening. This is Alex. I'm Chief Strategic Officer at ECLUBTRADING Limited, and welcome to today's video. So what happened today is in the markets. First of all, it's Friday. It's been a long week. It's been a productive week for our portfolio, and I hope it's been a productive week for you as well. So where do we stand heading into next week? Well, first of all, we had a very nice rally in the SPYs this week. If you remember last week, we touched the 50-day here on Friday, and throughout this week we bounced. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up days in the SPYs. What drove the SPYs higher? First of all, tech continued to have momentum, even though not as great as before. The banks and the energy sector acted better. Last night the Fed announced the stress test and all the banks did great. So this pushed the SPYs to a new all-time high of 426.95. What do we know for next week and how do we approach it? Well, first of all, as you can see, the 8-day for next week for Monday is at 423. We are a bit extended here, but it is still very constructive. As long as some of the sectors remain in play, as long as tech can be strong, as long as the banks are leading for the moment, expect the SPYs to continue to make highs. The infrastructure bill was signed yesterday, not actually signed, but President Biden said that an agreement has been reached between the Republicans and the Democrats. The inflation, we had another inflation report today. It's the highest year-over-year inflation rise for 3 decades, but the markets seem not to care anymore, and it seems that that the markets are pricing in news before, so they are pricing in 6 to 12 months ahead. So if the markets already priced in the inflation and we're making highs, it means that the market is still comfortable with this. If there are any changes, you will see it very soon, especially in the indices. So this is the SPY. So for next week you have the pivot support at 425.55 and with the all-time high 426.95. We're a bit extended, so just keep in your portfolio overnight, especially we had a very nice rally from here. Keep overnight, keep over the weekend something you're comfortable with. We might open lower on Monday, we're a bit extended, and we might have to rebuild in this area for a while until we make another push higher. Okay, now let's move to tech. Oh, I forgot to tell you, sorry for that. Before we continue, please have a look at our disclaimer. Yeah, you can find it on our YouTube page. This video is just for educational purposes. So now we can move on to the Qs. The Qs had an inside day, as I told you in our game plan, as I mentioned on social media throughout this week. There was a big rebalance going on this Friday, and most of the tech names were on the sell side. So we had Apple and Microsoft, and the pension funds and the large investment funds had to sell Apple and Microsoft in order to rebalance their portfolio.